You're completely right. Um, anyways, so uh, welcome back. This is my second run of trying to show a conflict zone tutorial. Making this for my player-made faction. It's called Ironheart Corporation. Just going to show some ins and outs of a basic combat zone. I am going to be running a high-intensity one for our war effort in this current system. I'm going to show you how you can take the taxi, to the conflict zone, what a conflict zone looks like. It's going to be intense because I'm going to a high intensity one, but keep in mind if you go to a low intensity, it's going to be way more mellow. Gonna just cover taking the taxi, getting there, what you should do, what to watch out for, and then coming on right on back to make some money. So, you're gonna come on up from the elevators, and you're gonna look for a frontline solutions at whatever station you're at. If there is no frontline solutions, there's no taxi service available to the conflict zone, so you'll have to do that yourself. There are pros and cons to both. The biggest con of flying to the place is that if you land too close or recall your ship too close, you will get shot at by the settlement defenses. The benefit of taking the taxi takes you there, taxi brings you back. But if you're just wanting to do a conflict zone and then move on and then go to do something else, probably not the best choice for you. But, so we're going to come up to the Frontline Solutions. Come on up. Who's taking care of us today? It looks like it is Abby Cantrell. We're going to hit her up.
This whole system's ripe with
Cool.
conflict. Are you ready to join
Whole
the fight?
system's got fighting going on. Oh, that's cool. I want to enlist for a faction. This will show you all conflict zones in the system that you're currently in. And so it will show you here on the left, there are 4 people at war. Left Party of HIP, Confederacy of Mech, Ironheart Corporation, that's us, and 64128 Industry. We are currently fighting Confederacy of Mech. All of these little yellow symbols that show the swords, that's conflict zone in Odyssey. Great conflict, great content. You can click on, let's say, 64128A4. It will tell you the, move that a little bit so it's easier to see. So on A4, we have a conflict zone at Benitez Extraction Base. It's a low intensity, and you would earn 120,000 credits for just winning, and you also get money for each enemy you eliminate, typically in somewhere in between 10,000 to 60,000 credits per kill. So those two are fighting. We don't care about them. Here's us, Pitakova Industrial Silo, Confederacy of Mech, and Ironheart. It's a high intensity. You get 300,000 if you win, 3 war reps, which is really important if you're in a contested faction. And then we come on down to Chernenko Manufacturing. That's really cool. This one's a medium, 210 if you win, yada yada yada. For this tutorial and this example, I have just been fighting here on A1 instead, and I have been going into Alado Imbo Manufacturing Silo, whatever. Just a map that I like and everything, just a layout of this Odyssey settlement that I like and that I've been playing on. So I'm going to say I'm going to fight for Ironheart. We're going to head on in.
Ready to deploy.
They're going to schedule a taxi for me. I don't have to pay or anything. It's just showing me a little bit. Pick up, drop off. It's a high intensity, 300,000 if I win. I say
You're confirmed
goodbye.
for deployment.
I come
Give 'em
back.
hell, soldier.
I come back with more weapons and money. Normally I like to take a seat and wait for the dropship, but these bozos are sitting there. So, we got a dropship. Don't go to your regular elevator. Come here to the frontline elevators. I've seen a lot of people do this. So you go to the express lift, you go to the hangar bay. Vultures are dropships for Odyssey content. I don't know why, but that's what the devs decided to go with. It's fine. Some people love the ship. I'm not the biggest fan. Faustino Swanson, Ron Swanson's great kid, is going to be flying us on in. We're going to head on over to the behind end, and we're going to board on up. Now, if you don't have the appropriate kit fitted out. Like let's say you went in wearing one of your other suits and now you're going to war and you need to put on your war suit. You can do that at this time. You're just a passenger in the ship. Press whatever button you have set for your middle bottom panel. Come on over to loadouts. You can switch it up right here, even manage it. I'm going in my war suit. If you're not going in a Dominator suit, that's brave. Good for you. I don't. I have a hard enough time in my Dominator suit. So then we just enjoy the ride. As we're waiting to be dropped on off to the zone, to the conflict zone, I'll explain just a little bit about what it all entails. Both factions start out with 1,000 reinforcement points. It is just like a Star Wars Battlefront, the OG Battlefront, like 1 and 2 setup. You have 1,000 reinforcement points. Each time you eliminate a person, it's 5 reinforcement points off from theirs. Each time you take a command point, it's 50 points off their score. And then once they reduce to 0, you just have to kill everybody that's still on the map, and you win. A couple of things that you're going to want to keep track of while you're fighting. You're going to want to keep track of your shields. You're going to want to keep track of your battery. Okay, make sure your shields are on when you go in. I make this mistake all the time. Forget to turn on my shields, especially when I'm raiding settlements for like Odyssey mats and stuff. Forgot to turn on my shield. Alarm went off. Got killed instantly because I forgot to turn on my freaking shield. So make sure your shield is on. Keep an eye on your battery level. And then you're going to need to keep track of your ammo. And you're going to need to keep track of enemies around you. There are ammo bins throughout each war map. And there are recharge stations throughout the map as well. Really fun, really great. It's really simple. But a lot of people kind of shy away from it because if you don't know what you're doing, it can be a little overwhelming. Same kind of rules apply with Odyssey combat as ship to ship. Each person has shields. They have armor. You use a laser or plasma weapon to take down their shields, and they use a plasma or kinetic weapon to bring down their hull, their health. Me, for instance, I prefer fighting medium to long range, so I go in with the laser rifle, and I go in with the AR-50 kinetic. I like to engage medium to long range. If that's not your fancy, that's not your fancy. For me, that's just what works best for me, because I like to jump around the battlefield. You have jump jets in your suit. They're your best friend. If you get surrounded, you're worried about something, you need to get the drop on a squad or something like that, jump around. This is one of my favorite parts. You're in a drop ship, you're gonna get dropped. Okay? It's gonna spin you around, kind of like Day After Tomorrow style. Drop you on in. Keep an eye on the gravity of the planet. So 0.29 G. We gotta be careful if we throw grenades. There's 3 grenade types: frag, shield disruptor, and shield projector. Pretty self-explanatory. So there's a person. He's dead. Anybody you land a shot on in a conflict zone, you get money. So land at least 1 shot on everybody, get paid for everybody. There are different enemy types. There's the scout that has a really basic weapon and a pistol. There's a commando, which will have a rifle or a submachine gun of some point. Sometimes they are equipped with two weapons, typically not. Sometimes they are. Commandos are a medium threat. Scouts are minimal threat. In my opinion, there are 2 big threats on the field. There is the last 3 types are actually all really dangerous. At close, there's one of them. Sharpshooter. They have a sniper rifle. They can nail you from across the map. You won't see it coming. Those shots were really hard to see. Okay? So watch out for those guys. They're glass cannons. Really light shielding, really light armor. As an enforcer that I have sighted, they have a rocket launcher. It has 2 rockets before needing to be reloaded. If you're fighting a rocket launcher, use your jump jets because they can't hit for squat in the air. Commando, he's got a plasma rifle. I'm going to take him on down. Really easy. There's another enforcer. He's got it. He's got a pit. Oh, this one's got a sniper rifle. He had a sniper rifle, and he had a rocket launcher. They're dangerous. Rocket launchers will kill you so fast. So fast. If you even have a little dent in your shields, you're probably going down. One shot from a sniper at any level, high intensity or not, your shield's down. So, watch out. Okay, take him down. So, this is a recharge station. Look for the little Harry Potter symbol, a little lightning bolt on the map. Make sure you're keeping your suit above 40%. That's my recommendation. For ammo, you see those 3 little things on my mini map. 3 bullets, some ammo resupply. This guy sucks at aiming, so I'm just gonna drop him. We'll just make sure we're full up on ammo. There's a guy. He's an enforcer. I had the wrong weapon. There we go. See, there's a rocket. He's going to take aim and try to hit with the next one. And he has to reload. Easy peasy. A couple of things. I like to use the Dominator suit. You get 2 main weapons. With that, I recommend keeping your primary weapon chain bound to your wheel, because that means I can sight a person with my laser rifle, take down their shields. Let's see if I can show you a live example. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, wheel, kinetic rifle's out, he's gone. Okay. Super simple. I like it. I try to keep it as cool as possible. I should have switched to my kinetic. I just took a rocket and an indirect rocket, and I lost 100% of my shield with an indirect. If you take it directly, you're dead. Couple of things to keep track of, like I said, your health, your ammo, your power, what command posts are pulling up as active. Now, as you can see, my allies all have 5 pips of shield, 5 little sections, okay? Each one of those, so those 5 pips, if you want to know what kind of combat zone you're in because you just rolled on up to it flying and you didn't go to a frontline solutions and you're not sure, see how many pips of shielding the enemies or your allies have. If they have 5, you're in a high intensity combat zone. If they have 2 or 3, you're in a medium, and if they only have 1, you're in a low. It's just a quick, easy way for you to tell where you're at. We got a sniper. He's sniping crazy. We're just gonna kind of let him know, hey, we know you're there. We'll get behind cover. We'll be good. I will have to say, working with the NPCs is a really great strategy to winning these. They'll absorb some shots for you, but they'll also put a lot of shots on target. They'll do the majority of the killing. Killed that sniper. So that's one of the glories of having medium to long range weapons. And there we go. And then since it's kind of a low right here, I'm just going to recharge, get right back to it. With grenades, keep in mind they travel pretty far, depending on your gravity situation. I like to keep my grenade cycle on tab, so that way when I'm walking stuff, if I need to switch, I can switch. Go. Like I said, fighting an enforcer, jump. didn't mean to throw a shield disruptor, I actually meant to throw a frag. That's okay. So, especially in grade or high intensities, I don't recommend taking on a full squad. I take on a full squad in medium and lows, pretty easy. High intensity, not so much. My weapons are at grades 2 or 3 with no upgrades actually slotted in, so just upgraded for damage. And my suit is a grade 4 Dominator currently. Again, no upgrades slotted, just the general upgrade from grade 1 to 2, etc., etc. If you really want to waste some people, go after those upgrades. Odyssey Engineering is a female dog. It's not fun. It's difficult. It's actually pretty fun. I like it. But I'll be making a video and everything about that, on how to do that, what to look for, some of the more important items. A lot of the items are crap that you get from settlements and stuff, but you can trade them to get the stuff that you want. So that's kind of beneficial.
Enemy reinforcements are coming in hot.
There you go. Don't you dare shoot a rocket this close. One thing with reinforcements, they typically will not shoot a rocket at you at close range. Typically. Sometimes they will, but typically they don't.
Reinforcements are ready to deploy. Foxtrot is on. Charlie was secured.
So I just walked up to a commando, real dangerous. Oh, I don't think I mentioned there is an enemy type called a striker. They carry the plasma shotgun. They are very dangerous at close range. Get some distance. We haven't really ran into any on this conflict zone, which is a little surprising, but we just haven't. This guy is so he's dead. And we're at 25 power. I do recommend having your battery and your health pack set to a quick key. I have mine set to B for battery, V for vitality. Pretty simple system. If I start taking too many hits, and I need to slam a med pack, I hit that V button. If my power is out, I'm in danger of going into my reserve oxygen. I'm gonna hit that B button to do a battery. There's also stuff throughout the map, little grenade cases. You guys have seen me grab stuff. There'll be little battery packs too in areas. Same thing. So you'll be looking for little yellow boxes. As soon as we kill these guys, I'll show you. Little yellow boxes will have energy cells. Green boxes will have med kits, and then the little orange boxes will have grenades or ammunition. So keep an eye out for those, especially to kind of make a mental note of where they are, because you never know when a conflict zone will get away from you. All of a sudden you're struggling to stay alive and you need some supplies. So
Closing on the target.
Sure thing.
here's an orange box with ammo. Come on in here. There's an energy cell case. Grab one, use it, who cares? Here's a grenade case. Take what you need. Make sure you buy a ton of supplies at Pioneer store at the station. Almost every station has a Pioneer supplies, if not every station. So make sure you grab like grenades, med packs, etc., etc., and make sure you're staying well stocked. And yeah, so luckily this conflict zone is also facing the star, so we're getting light. There are conflict zones that are fought completely in the dark. You gotta use your flashlight to kind of find enemies. That was a ton of wasted shots. That was embarrassing. Go. But that's how it goes. Blue, thanks for the idea. I might remix that. Haven't really done too much with this, so. But I can work on that. There we go, there we go. We'll reload. Let's see. Ooh, lost my shields. There's a grenade. I'm running away because I don't want to die. Yum. Some enemies in the house. Okay, so we've eliminated the enemy's reinforcement gaps. Now I just gotta kill everybody that's left on the map. They just happen to be dropping some people in still. Watch what happens. Unfortunate, we got a bunch of people to kill. Just needs a lot of money. Whoa, whoa, where'd that rocket come This is like the most. Oh shoot! See, I'm out of ammo. That's why I keep the energy pistol. Cause I run out of energy fast. Track him. Oh, there's a fence there. Jumped right into a nade. This is bad. I'm running out of energy. So we're gonna retreat or reload. Okay. I'm gonna come on in. Remember, there's an energy cell case here. We'll grab it, slam it, get back in the fight, sprint on up. Side him. Jump around a little bit. Take him down. We got 3 more. We'll use some cover. Jump on up. We got 1 left. 2 left, I guess. And all of your guys will converge on the last survivors. Whoa! Just pops around the corner. Yep, pretty good. Yeah, so watch out for snipers. They'll get you. Yeah, so everybody, once you're in this mode, will start looking towards the direction, in which case he's over there. He'll slam in a fresh wheel of energy. He's down, shields are down, and he's dead. And that, my friends, is a high-intensity CZ. I'm going to put my weapon away. I'm going to deactivate my shields to conserve power. I'm going to press E to view my aftermath report. Pretty neat. We won 300,000. Gonna hit close. Gonna hit E again to return to drop ship. Give me a 15-second countdown for that. So, might need to play around with this video a little bit to make sure you guys can hear me correctly. One of my Twitch viewers did tell me the game audio was a little bit louder than me, which I typically like, but in this case, doing a tutorial, yeah, probably it's not. So I'll probably tweak the video a little bit. And then we just take the taxi right on back to where we were going. Or where we came from, I should say. So there we go. Got a couple of squad mates coming on. I got promoted to warrior. Look at that. Mercenary rank, I'm a warrior. Yeah. And there's my other rankings. I'm so great. I'm really not. So, that was the basic ins and outs of a CZ. Like I said, you can fly to one yourself, and it'll just pop up a little thing in your 2 panel, your communications panel, about, hey, which side of the faction do you want to fight for? Same thing like if you were flying into a space CZ conflict zone. I I will warn you, you need to be careful if you're flying your own ship into the conflict zone, because there are settlement defenses at that settlement. And I find that I get shot at and destroyed very quickly if I fly too close, especially at the end. The conflict zone's over, I won. There's still a bug that the settlement defenses will turn on after the fight and shoot at practically anything I've found. And typically they can burn through your shields in 3 pulses. Bup, your shields are gone. 3 more bursts, you're dead. So just keep that in mind. When I do it that way, I like to land far away, take an SRV out to the conflict zone, park it away from the actual fighting, walk on in, do my thing, dismiss my ship, get back into my SRV at the end of the conflict zone, go a kilometer or 2 away from the station, away from the settlement, then summon my ship, and then fly away. And typically I'm safe doing that. Frontline Solutions, we hit disembark. Here we are back at Rasmussen Ring. We head on over to the elevators. I'm running for ease of time. We interact. There we go. There we go. There we go. So we're back. I like to redeem them.
If you're looking for combat experience, this is where you ready to put your training to use, soldier?
I have combat bonds to redeem. In that one conflict zone, over the space of this video, I made 11 million. So we just hit redeem, add that to my balances. There we go.
Come back when you're ready to fight.
So a couple of things. If you die on the battlefield, you will respawn in the same way that I got dropped on in at the beginning from the taxi. Whether or not you fly in yourself or not, you will respawn. It's not like, oh, you got rescued or whatever. Nope, you just respawn in the same way, and you do not lose your combat bonds that you've won. Like in that CZ or in general. Anything else, you know, if you would have died, you would have lost it, you would have lost it. But the combat bonds, not so much. Don't die, and don't die a lot. My recommendation. Dominator suit is the ideal suit to take on in. Obviously, you get 2 main weapons and a sidearm. If you want to take your Maverick suit on in, go for it. But you only get one main, 1 sidearm. There's not really anything for you to raid. Sorry, let me get away from her so she leaves me alone. There's not really like any Odyssey mats or anything available typically in a settlement when it's a conflict zone. If there is, typically that's a bug. But you shouldn't really need to hack into anything. They don't have, I'm kind of disappointed in this, but they don't have it to where you could hack on in and turn on like the anti-personnel turrets or anything like that to shoot the enemy. If they did, that would be wild and way more fun, but that's not a thing yet, or will be. I don't know. If they do, I'd be really happy about it. I'm gonna try and make a video about engineering and how engineering works in Odyssey, because it is very different than ships. There's still a lot of grinding involved, and I'll go over the materials and everything. If you're going into a low intensity conflict zone in Odyssey, having a grade 1 suit and grade 1 weapons, you're gonna do fine. Having a grade 2, you're gonna do great. Having grade 3, you're gonna dominate. If I was to go into a low conflict CZ, it wouldn't take very long to take out anyone. It'd be really easy and quick. And that's just with grade 3 weapons, but a grade 4 suit. And I don't have any upgrades slotted in yet. So just trying to make sure I covered it all. We have found out, you will get attacked trying to do it, but you can essentially carpet bomb. You can bomb a settlement. However, you will get shot at the entire time by the settlement defenses. And I don't know if you noticed, but there was a mini space battle happening above us the entire time. So if you are running support for some people on the ground and they're like, hey, call in a bombing run right there, and you drop some mines or something, those will and can eliminate ground personnel very easily. You run the risk of dying pretty easily. Settlement defenses are no joke. That could be the one time that you want to have somebody with a Maverick suit on the ground. You can have somebody go up to those settlement defenses and either destroy them with weapons or with a rocket launcher, or they can use their Maverick suit to cut out the panel, overload it, turret is done, you'd be free to bomb. Most people don't know that, but I've done it a few times. Might be against some intergalactic Geneva conventions, but I'm all for that. But all in all, my name's Capster from the Ironheart Corporation, Capinator16 on Twitch. That was a quick tutorial on how to do a conflict zone. So hopefully, I might need to edit this video a little bit to try and make the audio sound perfect, but that's all I got for you folks. Have a good one.